Welcome to Yoga by Beka. Today is just going to be a quick 15-minute flow to ease some sore muscles. If you happen to have some sore leg muscles and just your lower body has been through it, follow along and we'll try to get that stretched out. We're going to start today's practice with child's pose. This is reminiscent of the fetal position, and with your weight supported by the floor, the forward bend of child's pose can be very relaxing and restorative. It provides a deep but gentle stretch for your back muscles, calming both your mind and your body. I have my knees wide apart for my child's pose so that I can get a deep stretch in my groin muscles, although oftentimes your knees can be put together. The alignment's typically your abdomen compressed as you release your body weight down. Drop your head, allowing your forehead to rest on the floor. Your thighs and lower legs stretch while you try to release all the muscles around the thighs. If you want an even deeper stretch for your back, put your arms forward and stretch as far down the mat as possible. This is going to help your back muscles, buttocks, and ankles stretch out. Your neck muscles are passive and stretching, and your shoulders are in internal rotation. Now stretch yourself out to being in a laying position and get into Sphinx pose. Now we're going to further stretch out our ankles and the tops of our feet and the muscles, because we're going to do a deep breath in and then tighten our core and lift ourselves up into a plank position, and then exhale down into Sphinx pose, into that mini back bend. Inhale, lift up, tightening your core. Exhale down, Sphinx pose. Do this about 5 or 6 times, or whatever feels good to your body. Now we're going to get into tabletop position and do some cat-cows. When you're in the cat pose, it's a gentle kneeling pose that takes a position of a scared cat, warming up the joints in your spine, hips, and shoulders. Then you're going to dip the cow into cow pose, and this is where you incorporate a back bend. This practice warms up your spine, hips, and shoulders. Inhale as you enter the pose. Exhale as you go into your cat pose. Your back muscles stretch while the muscles on the front of your body, including your chest and abdominal muscles, engage. Keep your muscles in your belly engaged. Try to keep the integrity of your pose. Curl your toes under, lift your knees up off the mat, and then lift up one of your legs at a 90-degree angle in the sky. Now lift the knees up off the ground again, lower down, opposite leg up to the sky. Tabletop, lift up, knees off the mat, down, lift opposite leg up to the sky. Lift up, knees off the mat, engaging your core. Lower down, opposite leg up to the sky. We're now going to transition into downward facing dog. This is a common pose that you're going to see me do all the time in every yoga session. It's an integral part of sun salutations and all flow sequences. This arm balance is a forward fold and partial inversion, stretching the backs of your legs and strengthening your shoulders. This pose, it really helps your buttocks, thighs, and calf muscles. It stretches all of these, and your shoulders are strengthening as you press into the floor. When ready, walk your feet up to meet your hands, and we're going to do a ragdoll while being in a forward fold. Clasp each other's sides of your elbows, and just sway to the left and the right, letting the heaviness of your torso and head fall towards the earth. The forward fold is an opportunity to do some improvements on your flexibility. This is used for transitioning in and out of poses such as sun salutations and helps you prepare for the common functional movements that you're going to do all through your day. This stretches your calf muscles, thighs, buttocks, and your back muscles. Now we're going to get into Warrior Two position. This is a standing pose that's very strong. Put your front leg out towards the front of the mat. Lunge deeply with your back leg having your foot at a side angle. The front leg and your hip flexors and hip external rotators are actively working to stabilize your hip. Your gluteus maximus is stretching, and your hamstrings flex and stabilize your knee while your quadriceps engage. Now, when ready, lower down into triangle pose. Straighten that front leg out and then slowly lower down to place your hand by your foot. The triangle pose strengthens your core, thighs, and legs. Deep muscles close to your spine engage to stabilize your spine and give your brain feedback, which enhances that mind-body connection. Now ground through your feet and lift yourself back up, and let's do Warrior Two pose on the other side. Lunge on your opposite side deeply down. Your extended leg in the back is where your hip extenders engage while the quadriceps extend your knee and your hip flexors stretch while stabilizing your hip. Your spinal extenders are elongating and stabilizing your spine. Flip the front hand up, reach up and over and flip backwards to get a stretch in that spine. Now strengthen out into a T position and then straighten your front knee to where you can now get back into triangle pose on the opposite side. The alignment is rotate your back hip inward by turning your toes inward. Rotate your front hip outward by turning your toes toward the front of the mat. Rotate your spine to stack your shoulder blades vertically. Your shoulders are abducted by your middle deltoids and stabilized by your rotator cuff muscles. Now, when ready, strengthen and stabilize through your feet to lift yourself back up out of triangle pose, and we're going to do a front forward fold. Widen your legs as wide as possible and then hinge on your hips to go flat back and forward all the way down, lowering your head to the ground. If you'd like to find a little bit of space and stretch in the backs of those legs, then just move around a little bit, see what feels good for you to loosen those muscles up. Your thighs stretch strongly in this pose while your hip flexors engage. Your quadriceps extend the knees and stabilize your base of support. Slowly lower the buttocks and then straighten back out. Do this several times, lowering the back of your buttocks and straightening out. When ready, hinge back upwards and lift yourself up out of the straddle forward fold pose. Now let's get on the ground and get some more stretching in these legs. we're going to be doing some side bends. This is a seated lateral side stretch that allows you to mobilize your spine in ways that you won't normally get to do so in your everyday life. So take one foot inward and extend one foot outward. And as you bend deeply to the side, the muscles along your spine will strengthen and stretch. Your shoulder muscles will engage. Switch and do the other side. Your flexed leg, your abductors, quadriceps will stretch. And although your hamstrings engage initially to flex your knee in place, try to relax your leg muscles while holding this pose. Avoid rounding forward by reaching your top shoulder blade back as if you're trying to press towards an imaginary wall. Now let's do a forward seated fold. Just trying to hinge at those hips, grasping your feet if you can, getting a deep stretch in the backs of those legs. This pose is called cow face, except I'm not going to be doing the shoulder portion. This is a variation. The alignment is mostly about your legs, and your knees are stacked in the center. As your knees are stacked in the center, keep your spine neutral, but then work towards leaning over and forward. This is really going to help your hips to rotate outward and work towards stacking your knees right on top of each other and then slowly bending over top of it. Doing first one side, then the next side. This helps stretch all of your gluteal muscles, including your gluteus maximus. Ankles and feet are relaxed. And it gives you a wonderful relief if maybe the backs of your legs and your buttocks are sore. Now let's get into bridge poses. A bridge is a gentle and accessible back bend that can help relieve back pain and discomfort that's caused by sitting down too much in case you work at an office job. It's a very calming pose. The bridge pose really stretches the muscles along the front of your body, including your thighs, hips, abdomen, and chest. When ready, lower down from your bridge pose and just slowly let's do a supine back spinal twist by letting your knees fall to one side and then gently let that fall to the other as is comfortable for your back. Now let's do happy baby. Grab your feet in the air and slowly rock from side to side. If you want to straighten your knees to get a deep stretch in the backs of those legs and your gluteus maximus, please do so. And just breathe in and out as we're coming to a close of our short yoga session today. At this time, it's a great opportunity to close with a deep meditation. Just crisscross your legs, place your hands palms up on your knees. Bring your mind into your body, breathing in and breathing out. Regulate your breath. Perhaps think of a mantra. Try to relax your mind. Control your thoughts like you're controlling your breathing. Some people like to use counting. Some people like to think of a mantra in their mind like Sat Nam. Maybe some positive affirmations. Many people think that meditating is about stopping your thoughts, but it isn't. It's most commonly practiced by simply observing your thoughts arising and just let them pass through you. If you'd like to bring your thoughts back to your mantra or counting, that's a wonderful practice to do, but it's also great to be gentle with yourself and realize that when meditating, your only task is to gently tell yourself to come back to the present in a state of observing. Thank you so much for practicing yoga along with me today. I am so grateful that you watched this, and if you found any value to it at all, please like and subscribe so that it can help grow my channel and my education and my own growth with yoga. We can be a community. Have a wonderful, peaceful day, and I hope the best for you. Thank you so much. Bye.